What up, everybody? I've been said that the end of Power Book 4 for Season 1 ended like there wasn't going to be a second season because a lot of the stories came to a head and there wasn't really any cliffhangers going into Season 2. Season 2 ended in the exact opposite way with so many cliffhangers. We want answers like the show's going to air again next week. But that is one of the unanswered questions within itself. Will there even be a fourth Season 3? And if there is, when will it come back on? Force has not yet been renewed for a third season, which is rare because most Power shows are renewed by the halfway point in the season. Go Season 4 was renewed before Season 3 even began airing. But I do believe this is in part due to the actors and writers' strike. So with that said, I personally believe that Force will be renewed for a third season. And if I had to guess when it will come back on, I would say around this time next year or early 2025. Getting me to the first unanswered question from the actual episode, and that is Mira still alive? Just as Tommy thought he was on top of the world and could not be stopped, he calls Mira's number only for Miguel to answer the phone and tell Tommy he won't be seeing Mira ever again. This is because Jannard and Shanti sent the picture of Tommy and Mira kissing to Miguel. I don't put it past Miguel killing his own sister, but I don't think he killed her though. Keep in mind that he still needs her to give him his insulin shot. So because of that, I think that he is most likely holding her prisoner somewhere. Either though Miguel could easily learn how to give himself the shot. But what complicates this is that Tommy cannot retaliate against Miguel without causing problems with Che. CBI and Miguel are now direct competitors, both being supplied directly by Che and the Estrada cartel. But Che never wants war, so he made Tommy, Diamond, and Miguel shake hands and promise that there won't be any kind of war or violence. Leading me to ask the question, will whatever's going on with Mira bring back the old unpredictable Tommy from OG Power? And could we even see Tommy turn back to using the powder himself? This has been something he has always turned to when going through emotional pain. Also notice how Tommy stopped wearing all black all the time. I'm not sure exactly when he started the all black trend, if it was after Lakeisha died or after Holly died. But I believe Season 3, we could get a darker side of Tommy than we have ever seen before. Getting me to the next unanswered question having to do with Tommy's family. Is Kate going to be okay? And will Tommy reconcile his relationship with JP? Tommy gave Kate a bag of coke, tempting her to relapse. Then when D-Mac came home saying he was leaving for good, calling both Kate and JP out of their names, that did it. Kate went back to using, and I don't want to call it an overdose because she's probably just too old to be doing that much blow. But I think Kate will be okay, and also Tommy will reconcile his relationship with JP. Keep in mind, we are not to the point in the timeline where Tommy went back to New York to kill Tasha. That was the one thing it did sound like Tommy had going for him at the time, was a relationship with his family. So now we also know why there was no mention of Mira during that conversation. Even if she is still alive, at least during this conversation, it didn't sound like Tommy knew about it yet at that point in the timeline. Getting me to what is next for D-Mac. D-Mac came home and heard that Diamond had beef with Mad Dog about Leon and took out Mad Dog trying to get back in good with Diamond. But all this did was create more problems. And like I said, after this, D-Mac came home cussing at Kate and JP and saying he was moving out for good, most likely to go live with Marshall. But D-Mac is in danger. Mad Dog's uncle, King Kilo, is getting out of prison soon. And Jannard promised Kilo that he would deliver D-Mac to him when he is released. The thing is, Diamond was also down with this plan, hoping that Tommy won't ever find out. But if Diamond is involved in any type of way in something happening to D-Mac, it will cause major problems between him and Tommy. Getting me to the next unanswered question, Will big egos end Tommy and Diamond's partnership? After getting the pipeline from the Estrada cartel, Tommy and Diamond got into it about the fact that Tommy let Vic Flynn live. Diamond told Tommy that he's been making a lot of solo moves, and it's like he always has to stay one step ahead of him. Something very similar to what Gennard told Diamond about Tommy last week. So we see those seeds are starting to take root. But Tommy was feeling himself and told Diamond that he wouldn't even be making all this money and dealing directly with Che if it wasn't for him. So with that said, I still think it's only a matter of time until Diamond and Tommy beef. But in my personal opinion, Diamond was right. Why would Tommy let Vic Flynn live? I do understand now that they know Vic is a snitch. They can keep him far away from anything serious, make sure he doesn't know anything, and give him bad info. But still, at the same time, I don't think that the rewards outweigh the risk, because Vic Flynn is a loose end. But I guess we will have to wait and see how Tommy intends on using Vic. Getting me to Claudia and Mirkovich getting arrested, and did Claudia survive? Tommy used Vic to set up Claudia and Mirkovich during their meeting with the Marquez cartel. Vic also got Claudia on recording admitting to sending the soldiers to kill Walter and try to kill Vic. But keep in mind that it was actually Vic who took out Walter in the end though. So she finally gave him his alibi in this situation. But as Claudia was on the phone calling Shanti, only to find out she was betrayed, she was stabbed in the back. Literally. But it did not show Claudia actually die. So with that said, there is still a chance that she survived. Keep in mind that Lobos was stabbed in a very similar way on Power, only for it later to be revealed that he survived. I think they wrote this in a way where we won't hear anything about Claudia for a minute, because even if she did survive, she has all kinds of charges she is facing. But I think they left the door open to bring her back into the storyline in the future at some point. And finally, it seems like Gennard and Shanti were the Season 2 winners. Gennard even got his Lambo back from the Serbs, but will Gennard end up taking out Shanti and choosing Diamond? Last episode he told Shanti there's a version of this that Diamond survives. As Shanti and Gennard are getting closer to completing their master plan of taking over CBI from the inside, it will be interesting to see what Gennard chooses when this happens. Especially if there's a point when Diamond and Tommy start beefing. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.